meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
Well, I guess everybody's curious to know who is Franklin Morales.
Well, I come from a family of entrepreneurs, so I think this is a lot what defines me as a person and what defines the way I live and the way I make my decisions in life. It's a lot of looking at opportunities and taking taking every single moment of the experiences I have in order to ask myself how where does this take me and where can I go through actually taking risks in life and taking the best of things that I have. That's
I
it.
heard that you have a very big Isaac experience. So I was thinking, which kind of your Isaac experience better identify your personality?
As local vice president of external relations, I started trying, and as I mentioned before, it's part of my way of living is to take challenges and just to go out there and face people that comes from who knows what places and just ask them, like I believe in this. Do you believe too? Like, so this is the way I started. I started being local vice president of external relations, and I think I kind of believed in the potential of what ISIC is as an organization and what it can become. Then I took opportunities as local president in Central America South, in Panama, and then this become to vice president of external relations at national level, regional level, and in Panama and Costa Rica, and then president of ISIC Central America South. Last year, I was also selected to go to ISIC in Brazil as vice president of external relations, and it was an interesting year since I worked with them for about 6 months, and mostly virtually because of visa problems. Uh, but then I was heading for the future, and before I could think of, I was already back in ISIC International, managing external relations. And if something I have discovered is that this is a bit of my passion, and this is what I identify myself with is talking to people and getting to know people.
How do you
Everyone.
see the global partner group for next year? Let's say at the end of
In
2011.
2011, I think we have already been starting communications with companies that are relevant not only for the regular products exchange, heading for the future, other things, but also for what we can become is companies as Nokia, as Facebook, Maersk, Dell, uh, and companies as Orange. These are all companies that we have gotten support from countries. We have gotten support from alumni. We have visited them. They have said that this is something they are interested in. So these 5 companies I think will be our next global partners.
Thinking about your strategy and your plan for next year, which kind of external trends are you
Now
taking into consideration?
is how we're moving towards the climate change, the how we're moving into better ways of energy in the world, and this is we have the climate talks and everything, but this is not a change that comes in 2 3 years. This is a change that comes in 20 25 30 years. So this is something that will happen for sure in 2030, and this is something that we need to be capitalizing on. So this should define also who we're partnering with, like how we're engaging with those key players of the future. So connected with this is information technologies. So we're moving to a world where people is more connected. We see how some countries have been affected by social networks, by people actually connecting and actually making changes because they can connect through social networks. So I think this is something that we can also capitalize on in how, as a youth organization, we can communicate and we can make relevant our voice. We have a voice, and sometimes I say we are like the children of the world. If the children of the world had something to say, it would be impressive to hear them saying it. If a children would say, "This is what I think. This is what we believe," I'm sure the world would listen. So I think Isaac is pretty much the same. It's we're the children of the world, we're the youth of the world, and I'm sure that if we have something important to say, the world is ready to hear. Has happened is that the world came into a big crisis, went out of it, and some companies are having positive results. They are growing, but Um, Not necessarily because they are growing, they are behaving as if they are growing. So they have the resources, they have everything. It's not like it's bad business, but they are still behaving as if it was crisis. So how does this affect us as an organization? Is uh, our partnerships need to add value. I just help you because you're a nice organization. It's how do you make sense for me as a company now, and how do you make sense for me as a company in the future? How do you make me more sustainable? The educational systems and what the talent, what the companies need in the different countries. And this is other place where ISA could be really relevant. We know the companies, we work with them, we take heat from the partnerships everywhere because they say, Isaac, we need these people, and you promised these people. Organizations that will be partnering with countries, and we won't be talking about 8,000 exchanges. We'll be talking about hundreds, thousands, and hundreds of thousands, and it should be big. Isaac has the potential to be big. I think it's just a bit of a shift the way we look at it, and the shift of focus. Maybe we should focus on information systems again, because this is what gives us power to scale up our impact. So yeah, these are the things, and I think all of them, if you notice, they are quite interconnected. But I think these are the things that will be shaping Isaac in the next couple of years, and should be something we should take into account next year and the years to come in our next ambition.
Thank you, Franklin.
Thank you very much.
All the best for your future career.